Hello everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie Colours and I am back with another colouring tag video for you, and I'm kind of starting where I pretty much left off from my last video, which is just continuing to colour this page. It is Meine Reise Durch Asien by Rita Berman, and I am colouring this dragon page because it's nearly Chinese New Year. I think it falls on around the 10th of February this year, and it's Year of the Dragon, so I thought that this was fitting. I have done the background, which I did with some Inktense pencils. I don't love it, I will admit that. I really don't love it. I think I could have done more to, I don't know. But anyway, I'm still learning with my Inktense. It's kind of, I'm finding my feet with them still, so don't love the background. I did add some Sakura Jelly Roll Stardust to the fireworks, which you can see shimmering and shining in as the light catches it, which I do kind of like, but I decided just to carry on and colour in my dragon here, which I'm using my Prismacolor pencils for. So I have done a red dragon because red is a lucky colour in China, and the dragon is also a lucky animal, a lucky mythical creature. So red seems like the perfect colour for him. I apologise if there's a bit of a glare. I've got my overhead lamp on just because it's a little bit darker. Excuse me. So I just wanted to have a little bit of light shining on it. So hopefully it's not too distracting. I apologise. I'm still learning how to do the whole colouring on camera thing with my pencils and stuff, so bear with me. But this is my colouring goals for 2024 tag, and I was tagged by the lovely Disney Meg's Colouring, so thank you Megan even, for tagging me in. Really appreciate it, and looking forward to answering the questions for you. So I'm going to dive in. I am, as I say, using my Prismacolor pencils here. I really don't think I'm going to get a lot done. So, you know, we're probably, yeah, I'm not very good at talking and colouring. I'm going to have to learn how to do that as well. But I'll tell you the colours that I'm using. So I have permanent red, I have poppy red, I have pale vermilion, I have orange, and I have yellowed orange. So those are the colours of my Prismacolors that I'm using. And I'm just going to be kind of working on these details that go around, and we'll see how far we get. Probably not very far, as I say, because I'm quite slow. But yeah, let's just crack on and see how we get on. Okay, so the first question is, do you have a strict colouring goal or goals for 2024, or are you more loosey-goosey? So definitely, I am definitely more in the loosey-goosey category for that, because I don't like to set myself kind of like, I'm going to finish this book, or I'm going to do this or that. Sorry, I am probably going to turn my book slightly, which I know is probably not very good colouring etiquette on screen, but gonna have to bear with me while I get used to this business. Yeah, so no specific colouring goal. Well, actually, I lie. There are a few specifics, not in terms of like numbers or anything like that, but a few specifics in terms of just improving. I would really like to improve my backgrounds. As you can see, my backgrounds need a bit of work, and I would like to improve the kind of techniques that I use for my backgrounds. I would like to get better at those, and yeah, just generally improve my background work. So that is one goal. I would also really love to improve my skin and hair colouring, because I feel that those are both areas which need a bit of work. So skin, hair, and backgrounds I definitely want to improve on. In terms of like, do I want to complete a book, or do I want to like colour so many pages, then the answer is no. It's just like generally improving my colouring, but particularly backgrounds and skin and hair. So there we go, that was a long answer. Okay, question 2. How many pages do you want to colour this year? So that kind of feeds into that. So as I say, I don't have a specific set number of pages. I think when I did my last colouring hashtag, which was the end of 2023 colouring hashtag, I worked out that I had done about 70 pages in total last year for 2023. So for me, I guess just anything more than that would be good if I could do more, which I'm sure I will, because I didn't really start colouring properly until I want to say like the middle of last year really was when I first kind of, well not first, but when I really properly got into doing the colouring. So I imagine that I will easily surpass 70 pages, but I don't have any kind of specific number in mind. I just want to kind of enjoy it, and as long as I'm enjoying it, I will carry on doing it and completing pages. So yeah, no specific number. Okay, and I apologize because for some reason the minute I've sat down I've got a million planes going overhead making lots of noise, so I'm sorry if that's distracting. Okay, next one, number 3. What colouring medium would you like to learn or improve this year? I kind of answered that, didn't I, in my first question. Definitely want to improve with using my water-based mediums, I guess. So my Inktense, my Neocolor 2s, definitely want to improve my techniques with those. But everything in general, I am trying to work on using my Prismacolors. So why I'm using them today. I love Prismacolors. I love the vibrancy of the colors. I love the fact that you just get a great kind of pigment from them. But I am quite a heavy-handed colorist. So Prismacolors tend to kind of just snap most of the time when I use them. So you can see today I have been trying this new technique of trying to lay down my color really softly for the I say really softly, it's probably not really softly compared to some people, but laying in a lighter shadow or lighter layer of color the first time, and then kind of going back over it again a second time to add kind of more depth and burnish it out a bit more. So so I would like to improve with this as well, but I feel like I'm getting there. I am using my Prismacolors more effectively, but for definite any watercolor techniques, any background, especially for backgrounds, because I think I tend to use like watercolors for backgrounds mostly. So I would like to improve with that and try and just like figure out. I look at how some people get these amazingly beautiful smooth looking backgrounds, and mine are still very patchy, and I'm not getting the blends between colors quite how I would like it. So yeah, definitely want to improve with the use of like my Inktense and my Neocolors for sure. Okay, gosh, I'm rambling. I keep taking a long time to answer these questions. Okay, so number 4, what technique would you most like to improve? Oh, again, I guess backgrounds, is that a technique? Backgrounds? I don't know if that's a technique. I would really like to learn how to do like a bokeh effect. I would really like to try that because I think it looks beautiful, but I am petrified about doing that, mostly because it combines like doing a background along with that technique. So but that is something I would definitely like to try this year. I think I will be pulling up a Chris Cheng tutorial to watch how she does it and see if I can learn anything from that. But definitely, I would definitely like to try a bokeh background. What else? Gosh, I don't know. Is that am I colouring in teeth there? I think I'm colouring in his teeth, so I didn't want to do that. Sorry. This is what I mean about talking and colouring. I'm not very good at it. Let's rub that out as best we can. I'm going to go over that bit with some gel pen anyway, some white gel pen, so I think it will be okay. I can just white over that. I think this bit though is part of his kind of like whiskery bits here. I don't know, it's pretty hard to tell. What was I saying? Yeah, bokeh background for sure. Don't really know. I think, yeah, well, we'll see. See where the mood takes us, but that is something I would definitely like to try over the coming year. Again, I apologize, like it's just decided that they've decided to use this. So there's 2 runways that they use in Abu Dhabi, and one goes right over my house, and they're not really using it very often, but every now and then they decide to fly over just to remind us that they're there. Today seems to be one of those days, right when I started filming, which is so typical. So I apologize if you get noise from that. Okay, so question number 5. What spending / collecting goals do you have? I kind of went a little bit crazy last year because I think I just kind of dived right down the rabbit hole of the adult colouring world and got very, very excited about it, and ended up kind of just going a little bit crazy and spending loads. So I probably would like to curb my spending somewhat, and try and reduce the amount that I'm buying, because I have literally no room left on my bookshelves anymore. So I could do with, yeah, curbing it a little bit. Having said that, I get a great deal of joy from my colouring books. I get a great deal of joy from looking at them and browsing through them and looking at all the wonderful possibilities that come with them. So it's not like I kind of regret buying stuff. It's just that I feel like I'm running out of room more than anything. But yeah, I would never say that I'm going to stop buying colouring books, because there's always new ones coming out, and they're always so pretty, and they always appeal. And yeah, I don't know, but definitely going to try and maybe be a little bit more selective perhaps on what I do buy. And I'm also very aware that I have several uncoloured books in my collection, which I could do with working in before getting more to add, if that makes sense. So there is that. In terms of collecting things, I guess I would really like to get my hands on some of the Distress pencils by Tim Holtz for Ranger. I'd really like to try those out. I think they look interesting. It would be another kind of watercolor medium that I could try out. As I say, with my Inktense, I'm still very much kind of finding my feet with those. The same with my Neocolor 2s. I'm still kind of figuring them out, and yeah, I think it would probably quite good to try something else as well, just to see how I got on with that. So yeah, I would like to get some of those. I'm always keen to try new pencils, just because, again, this is pretty new to me, so I want to try lots of different things to see what I like and what works for me the most. And yeah, I think everyone's an individual, so everybody has things that work and don't work. Okay, sorry, I got a little interrupted there. Okay, where do we get up to? Number 6. What book do you most look forward to working in this year? Oh, so many books to choose from. I would probably find that question really difficult to answer, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think I could narrow it down to one book in particular. I love my Rita Berman books, so I am looking forward to doing more in them, especially as I'm kind of growing in confidence and getting more used to working in them. And yeah, would definitely like to do more with those ones. So particularly her travel books. So this one, Europa, and Africa. I'm hoping that she might release another one as well, which would be nice, maybe towards the end of the year. We'll wait and see. But that would be fun. So definitely looking forward to working in those. I would really like to work in my Eerie books because I have done nothing in those. They are at the moment all uncoloured. I do have some plans to try and dive into a couple of those next month. We will see if that kind of takes shape, but yeah, definitely would like to work in those. But in particular, I really want to work on my Johanna Basford books. I feel like I've been neglecting those, and I kind of, when I did my entire colouring book collection video series, which I just completed, I will link that up above here if you are interested in watching that one. I kind of rediscovered my Johanna Basfords, I guess is the best way of saying it. I kind of re-looked at them and was like, oh, I actually really like these, and I would like to do a little bit more in those. In particular, I really like World of Flowers. It is a bit of a favourite of mine, so I would like to do some more in that one, but I haven't done anything. Again, I would like to tackle some more uncoloured books, and I haven't done anything in Rooms of Wonder or Worlds of Wonder, so I would like to do something in those books. So yeah, that would be kind of like my main goals. Just basically particularly any uncoloured books that I haven't touched, I would really like to get around to putting some colour in and trying out a page or two. So yeah, uncoloured books, but in particular Eerie, Johanna Basford, and a little bit more in my Rita Bermans. Okay, number 7, what creator goals do you have? Do a live, hashtag of videos, buddy colours, etc. Okay, so I think I talked about it a little bit already. Is it like just getting on camera and doing some more actual colouring on camera, because I have been a little bit nervous about doing that. So this is good practice, but yeah, I would like to do a little bit more of that throughout the coming year, and just like, yeah, build up my confidence a little bit with that sort of thing. Buddy colours are always fun. I've been doing quite a few buddy colours lately, and I've been really enjoying them. So definitely want to continue with those. I have a kind of, I'm co-hosting a fun thing next month, which is like a colouring, community colouring hashtag type thing. I'm doing that with the wonderful Katie from the Colouring Angel, and I will be announcing a little bit more about that when I do my February plans video, which will be out next week. So I'm looking forward to that. In terms of creator goals, yeah, just the main one really is doing a bit more of this kind of thing on camera, where I work on my colouring on camera, and don't feel quite so. I think I'm quite nervous about doing it, because I feel like I'm still at that beginner stage, so I worry that it's not going to be good enough or anything like that. But on the whole, the reception I've had from this community has been amazing, so I don't know why I'm nervous about it. But yeah, that's what I would like to work on, just doing a little bit more of this type of thing. If you've got any suggestions about what you'd like to see, let me know, because I would really be interested. This is all pretty new to me, so always open for feedback, really. Yeah, so that's pretty much it so far for my kind of creator goals. Okay, number 8, what new to you artist will you be adding this year? Well, most of the artists were new to me last year, and I, as I say, kind of added a lot to my collection last year. I don't know if there's any like new artists that I'm aware of. I'm sure there will be people that pop up throughout the year. I have seen that there's some more mythographics coming out. I do like the mythographic books, but I'm not going to say that they're new artists, because they tend to be the ones that I tend to gravitate towards are like Joseph Kadambang and the other one's gone completely out of my head. Fabiana Atanasio are the kind of artists for mythographic that I gravitate towards. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how to answer that, because I don't really know what new ones are coming. I'm sure as the year progresses, as I say, there will be others that I would like to kind of collect and add. There always is. But yeah, we'll wait and see what comes out. I guess in some respects I'm a little bit more cautious about what I buy, simply because of where I live. It tends to take a lot longer to have things released over here, so I don't often get like new released books straight away. It normally takes a little while for things to become available over here, so that gives me time to check out other channels and see like flip throughs of books, so that I can kind of figure out whether or not I'm actually going to really enjoy it before I go ahead and spend the money. So in that respect, I guess I have a little bit of enforced caution, if you like, because otherwise I think I'd be buying everything. But yeah, so that's kind of probably a good thing for me. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out next year, or this year now. And I'm looking forward to just discovering new artists as they come along. I'm always keen to try new things, so we'll see what happens. Okay. Number 9, gosh, only 2 left. Do you have a book you would like to complete this year? The short answer is no. I don't envisage, I can never say that word, that I will be completing any books this year. There are books that I will probably work on more than others. So My Enchanted Faces pocket-size edition by Hannah Lynn. I know that I am working my way through that one, and that is a book that I can see myself finishing eventually, just because I like all of the pages in it. It's quite a small book, so like colouring a page doesn't take too long, and I do try and do 1 or 2 pages in that one every month. So I do see myself finishing that one eventually, but it won't be this year. And as for everything else, I am nowhere near finishing any other books at the moment. So yeah, there won't be any finished books this year, unfortunately, unless I decided that I was going to sit down and really kind of, I don't know, concentrate on one book in particular. But even then, I think most books have probably got at least 50 pages or something in them, so it's unlikely that I'm going to get that many pages done in one book in 1 year. I'm not a particularly fast colorist, as you can probably tell from this video, because we haven't got much done. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, probably, I think the short answer is no. I probably won't be finishing any books anytime soon. But maybe in 2025 I might have Enchanted Faces done by then, and who knows what else I might have kind of close to finishing by that point. We'll see how the year goes and what happens. But I'm not kind of one for saying I'm definitely going to finish this book or that book. I just kind of go where the mood takes me and enjoy what I'm doing, and yeah, if it appeals and it's working and I'm liking it, then I'll probably spend more time on it. But I don't want to kind of say that I'm definitely going to do this book or that book, or I hope that makes sense. feel like I'm rambling. I'm trying to concentrate on my colouring and talk at the same time, which is not easy. So I've discovered. But yes, the short answer is I won't have any completed books this year, but I may be close with Enchanted Faces. Okay, number 10, that's the final question. Number 10 is, what is the best benefit of colouring to you? So for me, it's relaxing, for sure. I enjoy it. I have always enjoyed being creative to some extent. I'm not an artist, so colouring is not something that I'm very good at. So I tend to kind of leave, sorry, not colouring, I said colouring then. Drawing is not something that I'm very good at. So actually, like, I could not sit down and draw something like this. There's just no way. I would not be able to do that. I can look at a picture and do a rough, kind of very rough rendition of it, but I could never, I'm not creative enough to come up with an image in my mind and transfer that to paper at all. So for me, this is like a really good creative outlet, because I do like to be creative. I like to make things. I like to do things. I do a lot of hobbies, and I have always done so. So I'm into cross stitching. I'm into knitting. I like sewing very badly. I like card making and paper crafting, and this is kind of just another extension of all of those other hobbies, and it's something that I really enjoy, and I just like that creative aspect of it. But I do find it very relaxing, especially when I don't have to think too hard about what it is I'm doing. But it's something, and it's also something that I can do even if I only have 10 minutes. I can just sit down and do a little bit of colouring and get something done and feel like I've achieved, something in that time. And often if you're busy, that's kind of great. I do work, I have children, like a lot of us, I have a lot of other kind of stuff going on in life, so it can be hard to find time to do stuff all the time. But with this, even on a busy day, I can usually get at least 10 minutes of just sitting down colouring and putting a little pencil to paper for a little bit. So it is a real de-stressing wind down time for me. I also like that it's a bit of a challenge. So as I say, I'm fairly new to it, so I'm still learning. I'm still picking up techniques. I'm still experimenting with different mediums, and that's kind of fun. I really like that aspect of it as well, that the fact that it's a bit of a challenge, that it's not just something that is it can be mindless if I want it to be, it can be, but it's also something that I kind of can learn about and watch other people do, and see what other people are coming up with, and learn new techniques, try new things. So that's kind of fun. Yeah, I like all of that. I also just like the fact that it's an amazing community. I'm sure again that probably sounds a bit cheesy, but it has been so welcoming. I haven't been a part of the colouring community for very long at all. Only started my YouTube channel back in September of last year, so it's only a few months old, and I have very much been welcomed, and just I've made lots of friends. Like, we don't meet in person, unfortunately. It would be great if we could, but like just from doing buddy colours and from just chatting online and like admiring other people's work. And I like the fact that it's very supportive and open and welcoming, and all that good stuff. So definitely enjoyed the sense of community that's all comes as a part of this lovely hobby. So yeah, that's kind of it really. I'm going to finish off colouring this little bit of tail before I let you go. Stuck with me and listen to all of my ramblings, and I apologise if I've lost concentration every now and then. I do find it quite difficult to concentrate on the colouring and the talking at the same time. I'm obviously not very good at multitasking. Hopefully I will get better with that in time. But yeah, we'll get there. But and I haven't got very much coloured at all. Sorry, it's a slow process for me. Like I say, I'm trying to get better with using my Prismacolors, so I'm going with the kind of softly approach. But that does take me a lot longer. So, but hopefully the results are worth it. I will go ahead off camera and continue colouring my little dragon here, and I will be posting it on Instagram when he's all finished, which goodness knows when that will be, because I hope that I can get him done, hopefully before Chinese New Year in February. But as always, thank you for joining me. I am going to tag, let's see, who did I think about? Kate's Colouring Haven, Elm Colours and Bubble of Colouring in this tag. Obviously, if you ladies can join in and do have the time to answer the questions, that would be fantastic. If you have already done this tag and I've missed it, I apologise. I hope I haven't kind of got myself confused and picked people who've already done it, but if I have, then sorry. But as always, if anybody wants to join in with this tag, please do. I will leave the questions linked down below so you can check them out. If I've mentioned any other channels in this video, I will leave them linked below as well. And yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed watching me colour part of my dragon here. I think he's coming along nicely. And I will try and get him finished in the next day or two. Thanks everybody, and I hope you have a lovely weekend. Take care. Bye.